Listen, liberals, I want to help you because I believe in a lot of your classic ideals. When I say classic, I mean like 90s, you know? All right? I'm right there with you. All right? Socialized medicine, as long as we don't have to wait 80 months, but we don't have socialized medicine. And how long did they want you to wait? They wanted you to wait like fucking 4 months to get a fucking doctor's appointment. Crazy. So we're already there. Socialized medicine, universal healthcare. I'm on your side. Let's fucking do it. Gays should have the right to marriage. Yeah, knock yourself out. Fuck your dog as long as he likes it. I don't care. I really don't. As long as everybody's cool with it and we're all adults, God bless you. Go do whatever you want. Transgender surgery. Yeah, as long as you're an adult. Listen, like I said before, age of consent is the age where you can transition. So if you want kids to be able to transition at 13, that's also the age of consent. I'm sorry, but one is chopping shit off your body. The other one is having a good time. So we got to at least agree on that, okay? I believe in a lot of your shit, okay? But let me make it clear. Some advice for my liberal brothers and sisters, you fucking idiots. The farther the pendulum swings to the left, I'm doing it in reverse for the camera, the harder it has to come down to the right. Do you fucking idiots not understand that? Welcome once again to the New World Order broadcast. We are coming to you live from the end of the world. I'm your host, the Hat Man, and I am joined in the studio by your other host, Harry the Taxman.
Harry the Taxman. Time for a revolution.
Time for a revolution. Harry, I'm feeling quite powerful today.
You look very good.
I look quite regal, do I not?
Yes, you look like a war chief.
A war chief. I thought for a second you were going to say war chest. Yes, I look like a war chief. What did you say? I visited China and they made me a warlord?
I think you got the robe from the president of China.
The president of
As
China.
a present.
What's his name again? Qin Kong Ping or some shit?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, he was a good guy. Gave me a robe. He's like, oh, thank you very much for continuing to destroy Americans and American ideals. And I bowed deeply and I said, you're next. I mean, you're welcome. So, Harry, I have an exciting topic today since I'm feeling so very powerful. And this robe was actually a wonderful gift from Harry, the Taxman. Harry, thank you so much. You were just, we were sitting around one day and you said, hey, you ever consider a red robe? And I said, actually, yes, I have.
Yeah, we're going to get you a red hat.
I need a red fedora to go with it. Yes, that'd be fantastic. Anyway, exciting topic today. I have been on the interwebs, and I'm in pretty much media blackout, but I am on some social media. I have found, which one is it? The Insta-twats. Instagram, yeah. I have found Instagram actually pretty interesting and pretty useful lately. Harry, as you know, I am in the midst of conquering the question of artificial intelligence, and I'm going to use it to break the will of humanity, while at the same time, I am fostering a glimmer of hope and selling that hope back to them for an insanely scalable profit margin. But one of the other things I keep encountering on Instagram while I'm figuring out all this good stuff is Project 2025. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Well, tell me what you know about Project 2025?
Project 25 comes out of the UN, and they are trying to control all aspects of life. They want to bring the UN troops here to act as policemen in America.
Okay.
We are on the other side, like their blue helmets, and put a bullet through them.
Wait. Who's putting a bullet through blue helmets?
Well, the blue helmets make perfect targets. We need to practice.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead.
And the thing is, they want to control economics, religion. They want to make a one world religion and a one world currency.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And it's all about control.
Well, that I have heard. What else have you heard?
Well, they say Trump has something to do with it. I haven't figured that out yet. If he is, he's hiding the facts very well.
Well, here's the interesting thing. I want to quote that movie. Fuck, which movie was it? Oh, it was, I think, The Last Jedi, one of the new Star Wars movies. Interesting. Everything that you said is not true. So I think it's really interesting that you have that information in your head about what Project 2025 is, because you are, generally speaking, a conservative. Would you say that's generally correct?
Yeah. Well, we've been trying to get rid of the UN for a long time. And they have no business trying to control America.
Well, here's what I'm saying. You're generally a conservative. And I what I mean by that is the media that you consume, whether it's on Facebook or the news, generally has a conservative point of view. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's really interesting that that's what you think Project 2025 is. Because I had to do a little research on this because I'm in basically a media blackout. But while I'm on the internet, there's very, very little signal and there's a lot of noise. And something that keeps popping up in all the noise while I'm on the internet is, and because of Project 2025. So I had to basically sit down and say, what the fuck is this? And all of the information I looked up is completely different than what you said.
Well, the media will lie to you.
I know.
They want to hide it.
Well, and I know that I'm looking at what this is, through a liberal lens, because that's generally what the media is. So, for example, first thing that I did was I looked it up on Wikipedia. I got some interesting information. We all know that Wikipedia is totally liberally hijacked. I mean, they're not even allowed to say that a man is a man and a woman is a woman anymore. So, then I looked at the website for Project 2025. The Heritage Foundation are the ones that wrote it. It's a conservative think tank, apparently. And so all they're doing on this webpage, there's like no links. It's just like, do you want to buy our books? That's it. And then I went on, I went on 3 websites to do this research because I'm lazy. I'm not going to do more than that. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time. And I went on the ACLU's website to find out about this. And honestly, they had a more balanced opinion about what this actually is than fucking Wikipedia, which blew my fucking mind. So we're going to talk about Project 2025 today. Try to figure it out. See how we can use it for the New World Order. Use it to our benefit. Use it to our profit. And also look at prophecy that some of my favorite prophets have talked about, and how this might kind of nudge us in the direction of what great magicians of the past, artists and non-artists alike, but great magicians, have all the direction in which they've all seen America going, and how this might nudge us in that direction, if not outright take us there. But I had an idea because you just got off the phone with your buddy Ed.
Yes.
So I wanted to talk a little, because this is very interesting. So before we hop into what I discovered with Project 2025 and discuss it, I want to open up with Ed's story. Why don't you tell us Ed's story?
Ed was a guy with 4 college degrees. He retired. He got health problems. He went down to Rocky Mountain. He moved into an 80% black neighborhood.
He's in North Carolina, right?
Yeah, and he went to a public meeting, and there was one mayor. He's white, and there's 8 or 9 black councilmen. They got different jobs, and he brought up the question about cancer.
Well,
and Cancer Alley.
Okay, but you have to say that the area that he lives in is next to.
It's the highest cancer rate in the country, according to the American Cancer Association.
Okay.
All because the CSS Railroad has a transfer station and is pumping out diesel fumes in the whole county.
Okay.
And people are dying like crazy. And he brought up the question, why are so many people dying in this county from all sorts of cancers? And he says there's something wrong here. Well, he remembers Elizabeth, New Jersey, and Cancer Alley down there because he came from Jersey.
I'm not familiar with that, but go ahead.
Oh, no, Elizabeth, New Jersey, and Sussex, New Jersey, whatever it is, and there is a Cancer Alley. They used to manufacture things, and the grounds are so hot. They used to make the watches that you glow in the dark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the women used to do that.
So they used radioactive paint.
They put radioactive material on the watches.
The military wanted the glow-in-the-dark watch faces so that combat troops could tell what time it was at night. And we didn't have digital watches back then. So what they did was they got radioactive paint that glowed in the dark. But they did it by hand. They didn't have a mechanized process to paint the hands and the numbers. So these chicks were doing it by hand. Now, for anybody who's never painted, if you're going to paint something that small by hand, not only do you have to have an extremely steady hand, and you have to have your wrist perfectly weighted so that the only muscles that you're using are not twitch muscles. They got to be the really fine motor skill muscles. But you also have to have an extremely fine brush point. And if you're dipping in paint, it's very wet, and then you brush, it gets dry, then you have to re-dip. And the only way to keep that brush tip, or the easiest way, I should say, to keep that brush tip perfectly pointed into one thread is to. So these chicks were actually tonguing the bristles between strokes to get that perfect point, and they were eating radioactive paint. Yeah. So I didn't know this. I didn't know that this happened in around Elizabeth, New Jersey. Go ahead.
It was in 1940 to 1954, something like that.
Okay.
But the whole place is hot, what they call hot, radioactivity in the soil.
I had no idea.
And the water. I
never lived there. I lived in Jersey most of my life, and I never lived in Elizabeth, but my father worked there for quite some time in the 80s. I have family that lives around there. I had no idea this had a bad reputation.
No, that's the way it was. They didn't know any better.
Now, interestingly enough, when I was much younger and I was just getting started in my photography career, I was working, I lived in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, in southern PA. And sometimes my job would take me as far as the areas around 3 Mile Island. So I'd be driving down the road, and I'm looking down the street, and all of a sudden I see these smokestacks that look like they're right out of the fucking Simpsons cartoon. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I'm like 19 years old. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. I was like, am I in The Simpsons? Did I cross over into Springfield? Like, holy shit. You know, it's like those, it's very iconic. And I tell you what, I met a ton of very young parents. I was photographing babies at that point. We got the leads from the hospital, and I'd go to people's houses and photograph their newborn kids. That's how we got our business. And I found so many young parents in their 20s, 30s who had cancer. Like dads that had like the ski cap, you know, and nobody said anything to me. I'm a 19-year-old kid coming in to photograph your baby. You know, you're probably not even expecting it to turn out very good. Like, oh shit, it's a fucking kid. All right, fine, whatever. Let's see what happens. But I'd have like the 30-year-old dad sitting there with like a ski cap on in the middle of the summer, sitting on the couch in the living room.
Hair.
Yeah, man. And 10 minutes into the photo session, he'd go to his wife, sweetie, I'm sorry, I'm really tired. I have to go upstairs. I have to go lay down. And, you know, so you figure it out. Okay, he had cancer. And I met so many people in that area like that. And then I think it was my girlfriend at the time. She was smarter than me, as most people are. I asked her, I was like, you know, it's really weird. Is that a nuclear plant? She's like, dude, that's 3 Mile Island. That's where they had the
second tower overload. And
so supposedly it was a minor radiation leak. Nothing to see here. It wasn't Chernobyl or anything like that.
It wasn't a Chernobyl thing.
But they were all like, yeah, it's safe to live there. It's fine. I mean, we're going to shut it down, but it's safe to live there. You're good. And I met so many young people with cancer working over in that area, dude. And that's actually, you know, fun fact, that's the reason why the nuclear plant in The Simpsons looks like that. They modeled it after 3 Mile Island.
Well, let's talk about Love Canal, upstate New York.
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Love Canal, they put radioactive material, buried it, and put houses on it.
Jesus
and they moved
Christ.
the whole neighborhood on it. And they had a cancer rate of 60%. And that was all the way upstate New York. The government had to buy all their houses.
Money.
Yeah,
money.
That's all it was about. And there are many other places that it has happened, but it's not public.
Yeah, but I didn't know that bullshit with the watches. I didn't know Elizabeth, New Jersey was called Cancer Alley. Yeah. That's fucked up, dude.
Let's talk about the radioactive material in the drums that are buried on the Indian reservation in the salt mines.
Well, Harry, wait a second. I just want to point out for all of our viewers at home, they're not white.
No, that's exactly the thing.
Okay, so exactly what is your point here?
The point is, like most things, the white race will do to the brown, the yellow, the black,
the red,
whatever, because the whites think they're better. They think so.
They have a tendency to display that attitude.
Yeah.
Let's say that. Yes. Yes, they do. Yeah. So they actually have nuclear waste underneath an Indian reservation?
Yeah.
Where's this at?
They bury everything. But getting back to Ed.
Please.
Ed brought up the thing about diesel fuel and diesel.
Because this neighborhood is right next to a transfer station.
Right across the street from the transfer station.
I gotcha, yeah.
And the diesel fuel goes into his house. He got CPOD and
COPD.
Yeah. He smells the diesel fumes in the middle of the night.
By the way, maybe not a great idea to buy a house right there, but that's just my opinion. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, he wasn't told what it was. So he raised the issue up, and CFS got wind of it, and he had a few meetings with them.
CFS is the railroad company,
it's a
correct?
Railroad.
Okay.
I don't know who owns that railroad, but I worked in the subway system. We had the same problem when we were pouring concrete with diesel buggies bringing the concrete to us.
Yeah.
And then they changed them, and now they got tubes that we feed them down. But
Okay.
we had guys get sick on diesel fuels too.
Okay.
So therefore, what's easier and more profitable they'll use, and they don't care about the workers.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Right.
Well, down where Ed is, they don't care about the black people that live down there in that area.
Well, wait a second. Once again, Harry, let me point something out here that might not be obvious to everybody. You said they don't care about the black people that live down there. Well, Harry, they're not white.
Right.
I just want to make sure we're aware of that.
Right. But the thing is,
just making sure.
They're the lower end of the majority of the people.
Right.
And the thing is, railroad work is dangerous, diesel fumes are dangerous, and he brought the fact up to the CS Railroad, and he started to attend public meetings, and he started to explain to the people about it, and now the people are aware.
Yeah.
Now, he did it so good, they asked him to run for mayor of that town.
Didn't you tell me after he gave a speech at a town hall meeting, he had everybody stand up and clap for him?
80% of the black people clapped because as he got off the podium and turned around, someone brought it up.
Says you should run for mayor.
Yeah, so he's like a rabbit.
Oh my God, our white savior!
Yeah, oh man.
Come again! The second coming!
But like I said, now he's been offered $410,000 for his house.
Right, and you told me about that. Now how much did he buy this property
$175.
for? $175, and he's being offered how much again?
$410.
Now and so he was like, cool. Somebody offered me $410,000 for my fucking house. Let's go. I'll go buy another $200,000 house.
Right.
We're in North Carolina. Fuck it.
Right.
And he finally figured out after he talked to his real estate agent.
Real estate agent said it ain't worth $410.
It's definitely not worth $410.
Right.
What the fuck's going on?
Somebody from the railroad is a front man to try to shut him up and get him out of the neighborhood.
Payoff.
Corruption.
Now, my first question when I heard about this, here's what I said when I heard about this. I said something to the effect of, so he's going to take the money, right?
No, he's not. He finally figured out that he said, well, who's the buyer? Well, we can't tell you who the buyer is. Mm-hmm. Well, the only people with that much money are the railroad. How much do you think the CS Railroad makes per day?
No fucking clue.
$25.2 million.
Per day?
Per day.
That's got to be gross. That can't be net. I mean, they do have a lot of operational costs.
Check that out.
That's net?
Yeah, that's net every day.
No, they'd have to be one of the richest corporations in America, right? Hang on a second. Hang on. Echo, what's $25 million times 365? $25 million times 365 is $9,125,000,000. No, actually, yeah, that adds up. I can see that. Okay, fuck.
But they run the railroad all the way from Florida.
$9 billion a year.
Everybody down to Florida, up to New York.
Okay.
So, it's just numbers. But you know what? If it's true, they make that much money, $1 million ain't mean nothing to them.
So, here's the thing. So, I was like, he's going to take the money, right? And you're like, no, he's going to stand on his principles. I was like, you know what? That's actually a really good fucking idea, because if you can make an even bigger stink, they'll offer you more money.
Yes.
And then if you become the mayor, because the people are behind you, white Jesus over here, then you become the mayor, you create an even bigger stink, and now you actually have power to do something. They're going to have to offer you even more money. And it seems like if he is thinking about getting into politics, he's kind of in a really good spot. But here's the balancing act. Ed, I hope you're watching. Here's the balancing act he has to play. You have to play it so that it's like I always say, buy low, sell high, right? He's got to play it so that he can seem like he's on the side of the everyday people as long as possible to get that payoff as high as possible before he finally sells out. but you want to sell out just at the point where they're sitting down and thinking, all right, we might have to kill this guy.
Yeah. Well, stay out of Rocky Mount, North Carolina, because it looks like a revolution's going to be down there.
Dude, I mean, but this is like a perfect representation of American politics. I mean, so all of a sudden he's kicking up a fuss about a company that has a lot of money. They offer to pay him off. The people want him to run for office, so he doesn't give in. And it really is just a matter of, how long can I go before I sell out to get the price as high as possible before I'm in danger?
Right.
And if you're really good at this game, it's how can I be duplicitous, two-faced, and convince the people I'm still on their side while I take the payout.
Right. Or when a Guerrero's going to kill me.
Well, that's what yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, Jesus Christ, though. I mean, that's a perfect picture of American politics, this story that's unfolding right here.
Playing the game.
Yeah. Hey, what did we watch last night?
Charlie Wilson, Congressman.
Charlie Wilson's War. Yeah. Really good movie with Tom Hanks. I highly recommend it. The best political thriller I've ever watched since House of Cards. Really fantastic. Really fun. Really fun. Whether or not you hate communism, it's just a fun movie. Fun characters. Yeah, but I mean, this is, I mean, what's happening to your friend right now kind of opened up my eyes to, this is why people get into politics. This is how it happens. This is essentially the game. Yeah. And your friend's in the middle of it. He could play it. He could play it. He's older, but I think he's charismatic enough. He could do it.
Well, hopefully he could outlast their game. And now, if I was down there, I'd jump on the bandwagon real quick because I don't give a damn.
You mean you'd sell out?
No, I wouldn't sell out. Oh. I would bleed the fucking railroad for everything it's worth.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You become mayor, you cause even more problems for them. You wait until their buyout offers like $1 billion, not $1 billion. Let's say, I don't know, $9 or $10 million to shut the fuck up and play ball. Yeah. And then you sell out. But you have to still convince the people that you're doing God's work.
Yeah, well, you got to play the game.
Yeah.
That's like the guy with the smart meters, Mr. Gold spell, when he presented that thing with the smart meters for Pennsylvania. When he retired, he got a golden parachute from the power company, and his son became assistant vice president for the power company down near Philly, be in charge of cutting the trees down.
Okay.
The deal.
Okay.
So it's all
sounds like a mafia no-show job. Yeah, well, frankly.
Like I said, that's American politics.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I think Ed could play the game. I kind of want to talk to him. Do you think we could do like a phone call with him on the podcast?
Well, I think I could get him on.
Yeah? I would love to do that. Does he know how to use Zoom and all that?
Oh, yeah, well, like I said, I could try.
How old is he?
He's 74.
Yeah, he probably doesn't know how to use Zoom. I'd have to figure it out for him.
Like I said, we could set him up on the next broadcast.
Dude, I would love to talk to him about that. Even as like a special like 20-minute episode.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he is right now sitting on the precipice of what could be a classic American story. And all he has to do is play his cards right. He just found himself in this situation. It's pretty amazing.
Well, like I said, this game's been going on for a long time and different players. But like I said, he's too tired, and I don't believe he has healthy enough to carry out the whole plan.
Yeah, but you said like all of a sudden his COPD went away.
Well, he had that for years.
Yeah, but all of a sudden it went away at 70. What did you say, 76?
No,
I don't pay attention when you talk. How old?
What?
How old is he?
74.
74. All of a sudden at 74 his COPD goes away? I mean, maybe the diesel is doing him some good.
Well, the weather down there is a lot different.
Oh, okay. Is that
So
what it
was
is?
like 115, 110, 90 degrees at night, and he finally got a break.
God damn.
Weather has a lot to do with it.
That would rot my vampiric body in a week. I can't do that shit. That's too much. Can you not hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, because I turned your volume down a little bit. You were bitching about it being too high last time. But you can hear me okay?
Yeah, I can
All
hear
right.
you.
All right, just want to make sure. All right. God damn. Yeah, I want to talk to him. I think that'd be fun. Just 20 minutes. We'll put out like a little short episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we did for Christmas or Death and Taxes version 3.5. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to talk to him. Dude, he could milk this for all it's worth. I don't think he has any idea what he could do.
Well, maybe he got into it by accident. He never thought about it.
Well, yeah, obviously he got into it by accident.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious if he knows the potential of the situation that he's in.
That would be interesting.
Ed, I want to be your political advisor. All right? Listen, I'm the new and improved Hat Man. I am no longer in black. I'm in red. I am no longer hiding. I am out in the open. I am no longer hiding in the shadows. I am the Lord of the Night. I'm dressed in the color of the blood of the enemies I have vanquished. My red flag is your white one dripped in blood. I stole that, obviously. And I am offering you, Ed, what's his last name?
Shankarelli.
Fuck that. Ed S. Let's just say Ed. Can we call him Jones?
And you know the funny thing?
What the fuck is Shankarelli?
The funny thing about it, he's not a citizen. He's still got his green card.
Ooh.
His wife still got the green card.
Ooh.
They came from Germany in 53 or 54.
And you said his wife's Jewish, right?
Polish.
Polish Jew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Ed, you could be unstoppable, my friend. Think of everything you could do with $10 million. Okay? You want to advance your political career? All you have to do is keep the rubes in the dark to the backdoor deals you're doing with the railroad company. It's not hard. Okay? You keep causing trouble until you think that they might want to kill you, then you accept the payout. But you do it real sneaky like, and you strike a deal with them where, well, listen, you understand that publicly, I still have to say that, you know, we're not completely on board, but this is good for jobs, blah, blah. You negotiate, okay? I, the new and improved, resurrected, reborn Hat Man, will pledge myself to your candidacy 1,000%. Under the banner of the New World Order, the Illuminati, and the Church of Satan, hallowed be thy name, I will be your go-to. I will tell you how to do this. With me in one corner and a Jewish wife in the other corner, you could be unstoppable. What the fuck is stopping? What's holding you back, Ed? Call me, motherfucker. Let's get this done. Let's do this. I got ideas. I got fucking ideas. I don't know. Do you think he's going to call me?
You want to call him?
I want him on the podcast. Just 20 minutes. That's all I want.
Okay, we'll arrange that.
All right. Let's see if we can do that. All right. Oh, my God. It's the perfect... Like, how somebody
but
would...
will Finkelstein get his 10%?
Finkelstein, listen, you always got to give 10% to the big guy, all right? But I think that his wife will be like his Finkelstein. She gets her 10%. But listen, I mean, this is like a perfect story about how an average citizen would get drawn into the world of politics, and it looks like it goes hand in hand with corruption. I mean, why else would you get into politics in the first place? I mean, any normal human being, and maybe you're not, I don't know, but any normal human being would look at this situation and be like, fuck, look at all the leverage I have. if I play my cards right, I could be rich and powerful very quickly. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, tell me he's not completely set on his principles.
Well, we'll see.
All right, I gotta talk to him. Ed, you're coming on the fucking podcast. All right, fair enough.
He's coming up here in a couple of days because he's got to go to a funeral in New Jersey.
Is he actually coming up this time?
In about 2 days.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, we can have him on in person. That'd be awesome.
No, yeah. I'll just let him know. And maybe he'll say the day and he'll come on the broadcast.
Dude.
In person.
Oh, my God. Try to do that.
That would be a highlight.
That'd be so fun. This is such a great story. And I can't believe it's like somebody that is like your best friend. Like, I keep saying like a lot. I'm starting to feel like I'm a millennial. Dude, I want to talk to him about this. This seems to be like the quintessential American story.
Then we get more interesting stuff out.
I'm all over this, man. I love it. All right. Fair enough. Let's see if we can make that happen.
Let's get back to your subject.
For now, but that is a good gateway to Project 2025. So, Harry, tell me once again, because we did get off track a little bit. Give me a refresher course on what, through your lens of conservative media, what are the conservatives saying about Project 2025? Just reiterate.
They're saying that the UN wants to take over this country.
Yes.
The UN army wants to be the policeman of this country.
Yes.
They want to put gun control in this country like they have in Europe.
Wouldn't it be a wonderful world if I was the only person with guns? I think that's logical. Go ahead.
You're the only person want to be with a gun. That makes me a big outlaw.
Yeah, but I know you're on my side. I'll let you keep yours.
Yeah. Well, what did the China? What was it? Mao say about we shall win by congressmen at the point of a gun?
Oh, I don't know the quote.
Yeah.
You're talking about Mao?
Mao.
Yeah, I don't know the quote.
And you took the first thing, you disarm all the people, and then you end up that you control the people.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if I'm going to fight people with my gun, I would prefer them not to have any.
Right.
It just makes sense.
Like a liberal Democrat.
Yeah, so here's the reason why I didn't know the Mao quote. I'm really disinterested in human beings' political theories. And by the way, the reason why I'm evolving into the Red Dragon and the Satanic God, which is why I have a red robe now, that is actually the same robe. It just changed color because, I'm so powerful now. Is because I decided to divorce myself from the world 2 episodes and 2 months ago. I'm aspeciated. So I have to admit to myself, I'm not interested in what these hairless half monkeys do with their theories about politics and science and art and media. I just don't care enough to study it. I care about it enough that I'll study it to see if it's useful to me. And once I get to a point where I'm like, nothing I can use that for, I put the fucking book down. I made it a third of the way through Mein Kampf, and I made it about a quarter of the way through the Communist Manifesto. Both books boring as fuck. So, that's why I don't know the Mao quote, but, it sounds like something he would say. You know what I mean? Also like Rockefeller, show me who controls the money and I care not who makes the laws. That's a great quote too. But that one is actually useful to me. See, I can see how that would build a good philosophy in my own life. So that's why I know it. But I don't know.
Well, you just gotta do what you gotta be and show your true self. Don't follow any character that they want you to be. Be yourself. If they don't like it, screw them.
It's interesting to me, though, So the conservatives are saying that Project 2025 is about us giving over American autonomy to
the economy and the politics and
to the
everything
UN.
in life.
And what else? So we're giving away autonomy to the United Nations.
Right. The UN would take it over.
And what else?
And it would make us obligated to all the people in the world. We become one great big village. Shut up, Hillary! We are not a village.
Harry, we have a rule on the New World Order broadcast. We do not fuck with the Clintons.
Why?
Have I never told you this before?
Yeah, I know all about the Clintons.
That's in our charter, Harry. We do not fuck with the Clintons.
Okay.
Do you know why we do not fuck with the Clintons?
Why?
Because I value being alive.
Well, they got their hand in everything.
Yeah, they have... Yeah. Fair enough.
Ask Edelstein.
Who?
Edelstein, the guy that got hung in jail.
Jesus.
Let's bring his black book out.
Epstein.
Epstein. How come all the crooks end up with Jewish names?
I think it's because a lot of them are Jewish.
Yeah.
It's just a theory. That might be why they have Jewish names.
Well, yeah.
It's possible.
Caspian Jews.
What?
Caspian Jews.
Caspian Jews?
Yeah.
What's a Caspian Jew?
They're from...
God damn it, this moth! Where is it?
Oh, you killer!
Did I get him? Fuck off.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, good.
But remember, their religion, just like the Catholic religion, are a bunch of rules and regulations, and you could call them a mafia if you want.
I prefer to.
Well, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. So here's what the liberals, through the filters by which I searched, think about Project 2025. Where's my mouse? Let's put my mouse over here. And then we can go like this. There's my mouse. Wait, why is it not? Here's my mouse. All right. Project 2025, Google search. Boom. Here's your results. The Civil Liberties Union. The Heritage Foundation, who supposedly wrote it. I don't know what that is. I didn't look at that. Project 2025 tracker. Oh, it's a comprehensive community-driven initiative. Grassroots, obviously. Remember, everything the Democrats do is grassroots. Everything the Republicans do is through think tanks. Okay? Those protesters on the liberal side are not paid. They're definitely not paid. All right. And Wikipedia. We're going to start with Wikipedia. How's that sound?
The arrest and detention of mass deportation of undemocratic...
No. Watch. I have it open. Ow! Let's go to dark. Dark mode. Boom. There you go. All right. Here you go. All right. Now tell me how this differs from what you've heard Project 2025 is. This is funny. Project 2025, also known as the 2025 Presidential Transition Project, is a political initiative published in April 2023 by the Heritage Foundation to reshape the federal government of the United States and consolidate executive power in favor of right-wing policies. Ooh. Because, you know, the lefties definitely didn't try to consolidate.
Right is white. Yeah. And right is white.
Careful. Yeah. So the Democrats definitely didn't try to do anything like that. Shutting down businesses, making people stay in their houses, etc. You know, but we're vaccinated. Everything's cool. It constitutes a policy document that suggests specific changes to the federal government, a personal database for recommending vetting loyal staff in the federal government, and a set of secret executive orders to implement these policies. Now, when you go on the Heritage Foundation's website, this is all it is. Mandate for Leadership series. Buy our books. That's it. That's it. You got books to buy. There's nothing else because they're conservatives, Harry, and they're not going to give away their information for free.
No.
You have to buy it.
They got to sell their information.
That's right.
Again, money is power.
Shekels, my friend. Jesus wants shekels.
Oh.
It's all about the shekels.
Yeah.
They're less concerned with reshaping the American government and getting the message out. They're a little more concerned with shekels. The project's policy document, Mandate for Leadership, which we just saw on the other tab. There you go. There's the book you can buy, Mandate for Leadership series. Calls for the replacement. This is so funny to me. So it calls for the replacement of merit-based federal civil service workers by people loyal to Trump. So can you tell me where under the Biden administration and the DEI programs we had set up that any federal service worker was tell me where that was merit-based. Explain that to me.
What
Well, it says right here, the policy, blah, 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 calls for the replacement of the merit-based federal civil service workers. When was it merit-based? That asshole that was running around bald, wearing lipstick with a beard, and stealing women's clothing from airport terminals? Tell me how that was a merit-based hire. Explain that to me.
No, everything's upside down. I mean, don't even look good as a woman.
Not with a beard, you don't. All right. So they want to replace merit-based hiring with workers that are loyal to Trump. And for taking partisan control of key government agencies, including the Department of Justice. Because, hey, the Democrats definitely didn't control the Department of Justice and go after Trump with it. No. The Republicans are the ones that are trying to take over partisan control of the DOJ, the FBI, the DOC, and the Federal Trade Commission. Oh, my God. Other agencies, including the Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Education, would be dismantled. It calls for reducing environmental regulations to favor fossil fuels and purposes making the National Institute of Health less independent while defunding its stem cell research. All right, so how is this differed from what you've heard about Project 2025 so far?
The Department of Education is supposedly supposed to be liberal Democrats, and they're trying to push their agenda, and Trump is going against that, the conservatives, and they're fighting. And if you get rid of your enemy, now you can take control.
Dude, I just think it's so fascinating that what you've heard about Project 2025 is like you're looking at it through conservative channels. And it sounds like a conservative's nightmare. Yeah. The UN is going to take over our military and our police force. Right. And what were the other things? Tell me some other things.
Well, the thing is, I don't want the UN to take this country over.
Okay, that's fine. But tell me some of the other things you heard about 2025.
Well, they're talking about the army from the UN to become the policemen of this country and take the power away from our police. Yeah. But they're just as corrupt as our police are.
So, and what were some of the other things?
Look at in Africa when the UN troops were in Africa.
Never mind.
They were raping the woman, and they were killing children. And if they got caught, they got transferred out. Yeah, like anything else.
All right. So what are some of the other things that you've heard about Project 2025?
Well,
just remind me.
They want to put a national income tax. On America.
Right.
from the UN.
Right. Oh, from the UN.
From the UN, they want to put a national income tax on America.
I see.
And that right into my claw.
Mm-hmm. I see.
And it's a matter of control. And that they want to make us like we all look like Europe. And you know where Europe's screwed up now.
Let's continue reading, shall we?
Look at England. England has got 9 Muslim mayors in England. And the English people are complaining. They're losing their culture. They want to make a one world thing. And national religion.
Now here, the blueprint seeks to reduce taxes on corporations, institute a flat income tax on individuals, cut Medicare and Medicaid, and reverse as many of President Joe Biden's policies as possible. It proposes banning pornography, removing legal protections against anti-LGBT blah, blah, blah discrimination, and ending DEI programs while having the DOJ prosecute anti-white racism instead. The project recommends the arrest, detention, and mass deportation of undocumented immigrants and deploying the U.S. Armed Forces for domestic law enforcement. Ooh. The plan also proposes enacting laws supported by the Christian right, such as criminalizing those who send and receive abortion and birth control medications, and eliminating coverage of emergency contraception. Now, so far, what you've described to me sounds like the conservatives' nightmare. And what I just read on Wikipedia sounds like a liberal's wet dream. And let me be clear. It sounds like a liberal's wet dream because liberals have wet dreams that are nightmares. They come in their pants when they have nightmares. That's what they do. Conservatives, Harry, back me up on this. Conservatives will wake up with cum in their shorts when they dream about money. Liberals wake up with cum in their shorts when they dream and it's a nightmare. So, it's very interesting. Like this, I can't take this document seriously on Wikipedia because it's too perfect of a liberal's idea of a total nightmare. Like everything that we're afraid of, that's what this is. I mean, do you see it?
No, it's like taking over everything in America and undoing America and make everybody look the same.
All right, I want to start over with the talking points. All right, here we go. Why does this keep switching back to white? I want this black, like my heart and my soul. All right. First of all, they're calling for, let's get rid of any merit-based system for federal civil service workers. Let's just have people who are loyal to the party.
Yeah.
Personally, we're never going to have a merit-based system, so let's do that. Frankly, seems like a better option. I don't know. Harry, let me ask you something. You've worked in the public sector your entire life. Do you consider their hiring practices to be merit-based?
No, I think there's too much political stuff because I've seen it in the subway system. They hired Indian men in the subway system because they needed the nurses in this country, and they had a promise, the Indian government, that they would give jobs to these Indian men that they weren't qualified to do in the subway. Mm-hmm. Then in 1980, we hired Russians from Siberia to work in the Coney Island yard in the train yard.
Okay.
And they were given papers that were written in Russian. I work for the Siberian Railroad, and you couldn't prove it or disprove it.
Okay.
So therefore, they hired foreigners to replace the white workers.
And the reason why they did this was based on something other than their skill and aptitude.
Right.
Okay.
They wanted nurses from India because we had a shortage of nurses. So they had to promise the Indian woman, we'll give your husband a job.
See, I've never worked in the public sector, but from what I hear through the grapevine is that it's very not merit based, and it's very
it's political.
What do you call that when it's very based on nepotism
and
favors?
Yeah.
Anybody that thinks that what we had under the Biden administration was a merit-based system, I'm gonna have to recommend taking a pistol and shooting yourself in the face. I don't see another way that you could possibly wake up. If you die, so be it. Maybe you won't. The pain will be so excruciating, you'll have a coming to Jesus moment. Yeah, and that was obviously a metaphor. Jesus Christ. Again, metaphor. Or the other one. All right, let's go into this.
Look at New York City Police Department.
Mm-hmm.
They are hiring Nigerians, Muslims.
Oh, my God.
Pakistanis.
Now, wait a second. Just for clarity, for our audience, and I want to make sure you're aware of this too. The people you just named, Nigerians and Pakistanis and Muslims, they're not white.
No.
So what's going on?
It's a political favor to get, like, having the token black guy on the force. But they're hiring them from the government, and they're trying to... Could you imagine trying to talk to a guy from Pakistan as a New York City policeman?
As long as he speaks English.
That don't understand the system?
I don't understand.
I don't care what you... If you come from a foreign country and you become a policeman, you better know our history and our civilization.
I think all you need to know about American history in order to apply to the New York City police force, watch Gangs of New York with Leonardo DiCaprio, and I think that's your history lesson. That's good enough.
Yeah.
If shit, be as corrupt as possible, make as much money as possible, and if shit ever goes sideways, the military will just blow up the city. Get the fuck out of Dodge. Anyway, go ahead. That's my recommendation to anybody who wants to join the police force.
We hired engineers for the New York City subway system from Saudi Arabia.
Now, wait a second, because I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabians aren't white.
No, they're not white.
So what the fuck is going on, Harry?
But who do you think was in charge of all the engineers? A guy named...
Tell me it was a white guy.
His name was Weinstein, a German. Achtung! He was in charge of the whole department.
See, now it's all falling into place.
And he was this... Well, Germans are very engineered machinists, and they are the best engineers. But they had the Arabs working underneath them. They only paid them half the money.
Now wait a second. Just to be clear, the Arabs, they're not white.
Yeah, Germans are Aryans, white.
But the Arabs, they're not white.
They're not white,
and they're working in New York City.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. All right, you're opening my eyes to a lot of shit here, man. Go ahead.
And like I said, the whole political system's made that way.
Oh, my God.
So they owe favors to each other.
So, man. It's a shit show, Harry.
If you're qualified for the job, I agree you should have a job.
It's a shit show.
But if you're going to go there because you're picked out of political agenda, I think you got to learn on the job. and just mistakes are going to be made.
Yeah. My major point is nothing in the public sector is merit-based. Let's just fucking be honest. And a lot of times stuff in the private sector also is not. When you work in the public sector, your income is all but guaranteed. When you work in the private sector, there's no fucking guarantees. So, private sector more merit-based, I would say. I would speculate maybe more merit-based. Public sector, let's just say not merit-based. Let's just say not merit-based. At all, almost ever. I think that's fair. And if somebody wants to argue that point with me in the comments below, let's see it. Argue. I would love it. Let's have a discussion. So, now, the point I want to bring up here is that so many architects of our future, prophets. Now, I don't believe that prophecy is necessarily objective foresight. I think it works the same way that the rest of reality works. When a concept becomes popular enough, it becomes true. I think reality is democratic. I think what everybody thinks is true becomes true. I really like that scene in American Gods. Where's my mouse? I like that scene in American Gods where Odin, Mr. Wednesday, is on the plane and he's talking to Shadow Moon about faith. Well, I mean, everybody in the world thinks that this, 8-ton or whatever monstrosity, the airplane they're on, should float in the air. And some scientist comes on TV and says some bullshit about air passing faster over the top than underneath, and everybody believes it. Oh, well, then it should float through the air. Honestly, this fucking thing has no business floating through the air. I tend to agree, and I get the science. However, in my experience, reality is extremely democratic. And I kind of feel like the architects of our future are the prophets. If a prophecy gains enough followers, then it has legs, and it's very likely to come true, at least in some way eventually. It's like the series that we watched, Sandman, about the God of Dreams. Now, one of the things that I find so fascinating about that is that in many, and I didn't know this before I watched the series, but Neil Gaiman based the story in the comic books on, a lot of history. A lot of history went into this. For example, encephalitis lethargica, where people could not wake up for decades. That was a real thing. A lot of cultures call the God of Dreams Lord Shaper. Dreams are what shape reality, and our prophets are just dream weavers. That's the way I see it. That's all they're fucking. Now, do they have to be perceptive? Yeah. It has to be something that is likely to occur. You do have to have some cultivation of intelligence and what's the other thing? Intuition, in order to perceive a possible future. But if your prophecy becomes popular enough, that's when it really gains its legs. That's when you can sit down and say, yeah, that's probably going to happen. Like Revelations in the Bible, most of that shit's almost definitely going to happen because it's so fucking popular. Like, people will make it happen. Prophecies have a way of becoming true, of fulfilling themselves. And it's very funny to me that so many artists and prophets that I admire have prophesied America emerging as a fascist dictatorship. And whatever's going on with this Project 2025 right now, I think it's at least a nudge in that direction. You know what I mean? Do you agree?
Well, if it's going to happen, let it happen. I can't control it. I'll just have to deal with it as it comes along.
And would it be a bad thing? I mean, Anton LaVey predicted, I see America turning into a benign police state. And frankly, all of his predictions so far have come true or are coming true. Very wise guy. And I mean, as far as America becoming a benign police state, we're practically there right now.
Close to it.
I mean, your vote doesn't fucking matter. I mean, grassroots, or they're being paid. The protesters are being paid. This thing, if it came from the Heritage Foundation, that's a think tank. It's paid. It's all paid. It's all your hard-earned tax dollars at work to benefit the powerful. Like the story with Ed. If he made the most out of this situation, let's say he was a younger man and he found himself in this situation. Let's say he was my age and he rode this situation all the way to the White House just so he could wheel and deal, cause trouble here so he can get a payoff there. That's your tax dollars hard at work. That's what they're doing. They don't give a fuck about you. And frankly, neither do I. I don't think that having a fascist dictatorship would be that bad. I think it would be a more honest version of what we have now.
Yeah, it would be more honest because it would be one rule, one man's word, and that would be it. And you have a bunch of followers, and they just follow the rules right to the letter. They don't even think about their own selves. They're sworn to a cause, the loyalty to this one man. And
Yeah.
they think he's God.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, that feels a little more honest.
Yeah, it's more honest than the double-dealing Democrats.
Yeah. So let's have a fascist dictator. Listen, man, here's the great thing about having a fascist dictatorship. Benign or not, okay? But here's the plus. You know when you're stepping out of line. The goalposts don't move.
Nope.
Okay? It's very much, this is okay, this is not. You do not speak out about this and this and this. These things you're free to do. When you have it the other way, like we saw with COVID and everything else, the goalposts keep moving. One day it's okay to say this, the next day it's not. And they just want to keep you on unsteady ground so that you always, hey, is this okay? Hey, is this? And you turn into a fucking child. You degenerate into a fucking child little by little. You turn into one of those fucking people when I was working for the photography company. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, why not? Because then I'll get yelled at. Wait, excuse me? What did you fucking say to me? What the fuck crazy bullshit just popped out of your mouth and wormed its way into my fucking ear? Are you not a 35-year-old woman? You're afraid of being yelled at? I'm yelling right now. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Fuck you. If I have to live under some type of authoritarian rule, I would rather have a rule where the rules are well defined. That it's not at the whim of some dictatorship that is hiding behind a collective motif. Because that's all it was fucking bullshit. One day you can say this, the next day you can't. One day you can think this, the next day you can't. Fucking ridiculous. And also, Harry,
why we live on the absolute truth?
Because there's no such thing.
Because people don't want the absolute
truth. If you believe in absolute truth, you're a fucking child. Do you believe in absolute truth?
Well, I believe in some truth that if you're holding me under the water and try to baptize me, I believe you're trying to drown me.
But metaphorically or literally?
Literally. I bless you and say, Baba, I believe you're trying to drown me. Boom.
That which is dead can never die.
You haven't been baptized anyway.
Me? No, I was as a baby. I'm baptized Episcopalian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to baptize people in the water.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, for your cult?
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
And they believed it.
Well, people believe a lot.
At that time, I did too. I believed that if you dunk the person in the water, out comes a new person. But sooner or later, you found out they don't change.
Well, I think that ritual is extremely powerful and extremely important. And let's be honest, that's all that is. It's a ritual. You know.
Well, religion shows you hope.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of the most powerful motivators in the human psyche is hope. And if you can monetize that, oh my God. I mean, every commercial that you see nowadays, political or otherwise, you know, let's just talk products.
Everything looks like a religion.
Are you like, first of all, if you don't buy the right deodorant, you know, the chicks aren't going to fuck you. If you don't have the right car, the chicks aren't going to fuck you. Your neighbors won't respect you. Or are you tired of ring around the collar? I mean, why? Because you'll be socially ostracized if your collar isn't perfectly white. You got to get this stain remover. So the name of the game is take with one hand and give with the other.
Yeah.
I created a problem, but I'm offering you a solution for a fee.
Right. Like a computer with a virus. Oh, you got 13 viruses.
Oh, dude, they have all but proven that McAfee created most of the viruses that McAfee solved.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy was crazy.
That guy was a crook.
Mm-hmm. He's quite a character. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, that's the name of the game. And here's the other thing. I mean, for all the liberals out there, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? Okay? You're running around half naked, some of you, with your crazy hair, and go ahead, dye your hair whatever color you want. And you're blocking traffic on major freeways, and then you freak out when one of you gets run over. Stop oil now, stop oil now. You're splashing red paint on people that are wearing fur. You're gluing your hands to fine works of art made by masters whose skill and determination you could not possibly comprehend because you have accomplished nothing in your life. You have mastered no skills. You don't even have a true definition of what willpower is. Okay? You're putting up memes about why milk is racist, about how exercise is based on white supremacy, how coffee is racist. What the fuck did you think was happening? Listen, liberals, I want to help you because I believe in a lot of your classic ideals. When I say classic, I mean like 90s, you know? All right? I'm right there with you. All right? Socialized medicine, as long as we don't have to wait 80 months, but we don't have socialized medicine. And how long did they want you to wait? They wanted you to wait like fucking 4 months to get a fucking doctor's appointment. Crazy. So we're already there. Socialized medicine, universal healthcare. I'm on your side. Let's fucking do it. Gays should have the right to marriage. Yeah, knock yourself out. Fuck your dog as long as he likes it. I don't care. I really don't. As long as everybody's cool with it and we're all adults, God bless you. Go do whatever you want. Transgender surgery. Yeah, as long as you're an adult. Listen, like I said before, age of consent is the age where you can transition. So if you want kids to be able to transition at 13, that's also the age of consent. I'm sorry, but one is chopping shit off your body. The other one is having a good time. So we got to at least agree on that, okay? I believe in a lot of your shit, okay? But let me make it clear. Some advice for my liberal brothers and sisters, you fucking idiots. The farther the pendulum swings to the left, I'm doing it in reverse for the camera, the harder it has to come down to the right. Do you fucking idiots not understand that? Okay? This is the way shit works. And I have been predicting this since the beginning of this fucking podcast. I was saying during the Biden administration, Jesus Christ, if you want a fascist dictatorship, you guys are doing all the fucking right things right now because what you're doing is crazy. And nobody in their right mind is going to back you up. And everybody in their right mind, because people are weak and stupid, are going to look for a savior. And that's how you end up with a fascist dictator. And they want to be saved from you because you're insane. So maybe hide the fucking crazy a little bit. When you guys get back in office, maybe maybe pull the pendulum a little bit this way? Let's get back to politics where George Bush gives over to fucking shit to Bill Clinton and it's a peaceful transfer of power. I mean, everybody's saying the election's stolen, blah, blah. That's par for the course. But Jesus Christ, we didn't have what we have now. He's like, oh, okay, it's the right's turn now. Okay, it's the left's turn now. Now let's see what happens. Not conversations like, well, if they bring slavery back, I'm moving to another country. First of all, bitch, and this is a real conversation that I heard. First of all, bitch, you're already a slave. Second of all, no other country would have you. Okay? What skills have you developed in the job that you gold brick every day that you're so proud pays so well, but takes absolutely no skill, determination, willpower, or powers of self-correction in order to make better? I sit at a desk and I file paperwork and I make $60,000 a year. Good for you. Nobody needs you. You're lucky you were born here. You might actually have to get up off your ass and do something. And on top of that, you'd have to actually figure out who you are in order to have a fucking identity. Because they're not going to be pre-made for you in anywhere else in the world better than they are manufactured for you in America. Your identities are manufactured for you because it's profitable. So you don't have to work to figure out who you are. Pick one. Am I right? Am I left? Pick one. All the work's been done for you. Which one do you want to be? You fucking idiots. You did this. Your fault. If the Christian right bans the morning after pill and bans contraception, and we restart the eugenics program pre-World War II where certain people are sterilized, it's your fault as much as it is theirs because you gave them the leverage and they took advantage of it. Hand in hand, you motherfuckers are working together. You morons. Fuck you. Whew. Glad I got that out of my system.
Well, if they don't know who they are or what they want, or don't take effort to find themselves out, they're just being used like a slave.
That's exactly what it is.
Profit.
Yeah.
Right. They are a product to be used.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you call slavery, okay, but call slavery. But then again, if you limit your thinking, you say, how could I get out of this? And you don't want to learn anything, it's your fault for being stuck.
Well, I don't want to learn anything, Harry. I want to have pre-manufactured identities and ready jobs so that I can stuff my face full of bonbons and watch the interwebs. That's what I want.
When you're going to grow up. Or you're going to stay a child all your life.
People are not good with freedom. We've tried it before, and they're very bad at it. And I don't think they want it. Deep down inside, not only are they bad at it, I think they don't actually want it. And that's why they're never going to get it. They're not good at it. Fuck them.
Along with freedom is the thing called responsibility.
There you go.
And you got to account for what you do. And you got to stand there and say, yes, I did it. So what?
Right.
And take the consequences that goes with it.
Right.
And if you...
people are so not good at consequences. They're so bad at consequences. Anybody who makes a mistake that I've ever met can't just say, hey, listen, man, I fucked up.
Make a mistake, you learn.
Yeah. Everybody, no, here's why I was right. And it's very rude of you to try to say that I did something. Hey, that's people. Let's be honest. Nobody can do that.
But we do grow up if you want to.
No, they don't. No, they don't. This race of hairless half monkeys is barely... I mean, it's like... I almost feel like maybe it's being forced out of the womb somehow, but I don't even, I think it's still gestating. Fuck them. It's fucking crazy, man. I don't get it. I don't understand people. And you see how it's being used. I mean, all the channels that you look through, it's like, the UN is going to destroy American sovereignty. It's Project 2025. And then I look on the liberal channels, they're like, it's Trumpism. Trump's trying to become a fascist dictator. That's Project 2025. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Harry, you know what the only hope for the people is? I'm going to come right out and say it.
What's the hope for the people?
Class warfare.
Yeah, that could work.
Now, we all saw what happened with Occupy Wall Street, and we saw how it was taken down. Well, we don't want them to fight against us, so let's make them fight against each other.
Yep. Let them destroy each other, and we'll be the winners.
And you know Occupy Wall Street was actually dangerous because the mainstream media wasn't covering it for a really long time. So you know it's dangerous because it's like radio silence. I mean, that's the big threat. They do not want class warfare. Now, and then we have this fucking CEO from the insurance company who got assassinated. And now you have the head of BlackRock's real estate division. Okay? The bitch who was actually responsible, the architect of BlackRock buying up all the residential real estate and making housing unaffordable for average Americans.
Yep.
She got assassinated. Oh, but you know what the mainstream media is saying? The guy was actually after the people on the other floor who were part of the NFL. Really? You don't think maybe he was going after the BlackRock person? Maybe. Maybe he actually hit his target? Really? So they're covering that shit up because, dude, a pattern's developing. First, the CEO of the insurance company, now the head of the BlackRock real estate. What's that?
The guy that from United Health, that Peter guy.
Yeah, whatever his name.
Shot on the West Side Highway.
I don't know what the fuck his name is. He was in coming out outside a hotel. I think it was in New York.
Yeah.
At like 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And that Italian kid shot him in the back of the head.
Right.
Yeah.
And he caught a bullet.
Yeah.
Caught 2 bullets.
No, I think he got shot once in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And he got arrested, and now all the liberals are jumping up and down free what's-his-face. He's an Italian kid, I think. Matters something that ends in a vowel. Yeah, but so you have that, and then you have this BlackRock chick who gets shot. And the media is trying to pretend like this isn't an emergent pattern. Okay, now 2 is not a pattern. But what's going to happen when we have 3 and 4? What are their excuses going to be when we hit 5? Oh, he wasn't actually the real target. This was a terrorist who was indoctrinated by extremists in really bad. And when he was on a class trip overseas, and he came back here and he shot the executive for this real estate company because he hates our freedom. Are we going to go back to that? Because we're already doing the weapons of mass destruction thing, George W. playbook. Are we going to go back to that playbook? They hate our freedom? Is that what we're going to say?
Don't believe a politician when they say there's an assassination. They'll make excuses.
Harry, the only way out, class warfare.
Yes.
It's got to happen. It's inevitable.
Well, then again, the class warfare, you got to make a decision about your life. Which side you're on.
Now listen, I'm not a proponent of it. I am not advocating it. YouTube, let's be clear. Remember, YouTube, I get 80 vaccinations a day if I have the time. 90 when I don't. YouTube. So let's be perfectly clear. Not advocating it. Okay? What I am doing is I am standing up on a soapbox. I am proclaiming myself as a powerful prophet. On the shoulders of giants like the artists and the prophets that have come before me, magicians all. And I am prophesying that these 2 is an emergent pattern. The wealth disparity in this country is too great. You are going to have class warfare. It's coming. Because we found out that peaceful assembly does not work. Why? Because we're too smart for it. We know how to get rid of it. But guess what you can't outsmart, Harry?
How can you outrun?
You can't outsmart a bullet to the back of the fucking head. You can't outsmart it. All right? You can have the people fight against each other as much as you want. You're not going to outsmart a bullet. Now, here's what's going to happen. The wonderful thing about all this is we're going to have massive class warfare in the United States. And guess what's going to happen?
We're going to straighten everything out. Who's the winner?
The poor people will be crushed. Crushed! It's obvious. I mean, this is the way I see it. Harry, who do you think is going to win if we have class warfare? The wealthy or the poor? Fill me in. What's your opinion?
Class warfare is going to end up with the masses of people dying because the right is going to have all the firearms and they're going to take you down. Unless we have a thing like the movie with the V.
Oh, well, yeah, you have to have a genius for that. Dude, I have to say, when we were watching that the other night, V for Vendetta, and you looked at me and you said, he reminds me of you. And I looked at you and I said, who? I thought you meant the cop. And you were like, the V guy. Dude, that is the biggest compliment I have ever been given. I have to try to live up to that. Because that guy, you know, that character is a fucking genius, man. You'd have to have somebody so strategic and selfless to set something like that up. I don't know. I just don't know. But I mean, yeah, to your point, otherwise, you just have people with that, you know, the wealthy are going to win. And listen, the more, once again, liberals, the more that you do this, the more you are pushing us closer and closer to a police state. You want a fascist dictatorship? Keep shooting CEOs. That's another way to do it. Go for it. Once again, YouTube, I do not endorse this plan.
The wealthy will win because they have all the money. And a lot of people will sell themselves out. They will sell themselves to the elite because they want to survive.
Exactly.
The ones that don't care and they'll sacrifice themselves to the end, they are the martyrs.
Oh, yeah, but they're always a martyr to a pre-established cause. So essentially they're being used. They're bought and paid for.
Right. Now most people are bought and paid for because they're afraid of change. They will not want to change, or they come across a situation that they have to make a choice. Oh, I'm going to sell myself out because it's more comfortable and I'm going to get some money in my pocket. Or you're going to say, well, I ain't going to get ahead, so I might as well go for the whole ball wax and see if I win.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what do you win when you die? Well, you become a martyr. Okay, what do you win when you got a shekels in your pocket? Well, you live for a few more years, but sooner or later, they're going to get you.
You have more fun while you're alive.
That's like, remember, was it the Braveheart when he made the speech to his
men? Yeah. But, Harry, I mean, this is exactly the conversation I want to have with Ed.
Like I said, people got to make a choice about their lives and what they're willing to put on the line.
Yeah.
What do you have anybody put on the line? That's what makes people special or different. If you're following the line like a robot, they think nothing of you. But if you stand out and you stand up for something,
yeah,
and they say, look at that guy, he's not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Rocky movie with the Russian.
Yeah, I know.
We always look
that was a real piece of Americana there.
We want to look for the real hero.
Mm-hmm.
What is the hero? A hero is a survivor
I need a
or
hero.
one that follows through on his commitment. People gotta have a commitment on something.
Yeah. My hero is somebody who all of my heroes have always been people who have the ability to shut out the noise. That are fully confident of their own path, their own abilities, and people who, when others are saying it can't be done or it shouldn't be done, that just makes them work harder. Those are my heroes. The people who their morality isn't based on anybody else. They have an internal moral compass. They know what's right and wrong. They know what they're here for. And they're just going to do it. Those are my heroes.
It's like refining gold. You melt gold at least 3 times before it gets real pure. Then
Alchemy.
The value.
Alchemy. 100%.
All right? People's bodies should be that way. What should you know? How should you harden yourself to what your truth is?
Mm-hmm. That's key to what your truth is. Everybody's searching for this objective truth.
Right.
And that gave you all religion. And we use that to control you too. Congratulations. Your truth. That's important.
Yeah. Most people don't even know the truth about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look at themselves. They don't look in the mirror. They don't think.
Exactly.
They don't follow up on what they really feel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the winner comes. You become a winner when you stick to your guns and you don't waver.
100%.
But if you become a waffle and you could be bought off, you could work for anybody.
Yeah.
Then you become worthless in the end because they know everybody could buy you.
I really want to talk to Ed. I have some insights on this subject.
Yeah. Well, what are you committed to, and what am I committed to? We're committed to 2 different things, but at least we're committed.
Well, I think the difference between you and me is I am committed, and you should be committed.
Well, we get committed to what we have to do, and
Harry, that was a joke. I said you should be committed, like you're crazy. It was a joke.
They tried that already.
Did they? Who tried to commit you?
They about 9 years ago, they tried to lock me up in the Pocono Medical Center.
No shit, you never told me this story. Tell me the story.
Yeah. Well, I went down to a little thing about anger management, and there was 3 psychiatrists there, and they said, "What are you angry about?" So I told them what I was angry about.
Okay.
I was angry about the World Trade Center. I was angry about the shit that went on in Vietnam, and I was angry about the 1980s bullshit.
Okay.
And I said, the world is full of bullshit, and everybody's a fucking liar.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen this shit, and you know what? I'm definitely angry at these people, and some people I'm more angry at. And I said, I'm justified. They thought I was crazy. Well, they put me in a room with this big black nurse, and he said, "You got to
wait a second. What color was she?"
Black.
Harry, I just want to point out for our audience and for you, you might not have realized this. It sounds like this nurse was not white.
He wasn't white.
But still she was a nurse.
Right, he was still a nurse.
All right.
And he said what he was angry about, and he was a Vietnam vet too. And I told him some of the shit, and I told him what the World Trade Center. I said, I'm angry at people in general because they're stupid, they're ignorant, and they don't understand.
Man after my own heart.
He said to me, I've been there.
Mm.
He said, I was a medic, in the Marine Corps, and I became a nurse.
There you go.
And this guy was 6'3" and 240 pounds. He says, "You're not crazy. You lived through some experience that people don't know."
Exactly.
He went to the doctors and said, "This man's more sane than all trees because you don't know fucking shit. You weren't there. You haven't seen anything bad.
Yeah.
You got college degrees. It don't mean nothing."
So how did you get out of being imprisoned?
I walked out of it.
How?
I walked right past him.
You just walked out of the place.
I walked right out of the place.
Good for you, dude. That's like so many people when I hear about them getting trapped in these like Scientology rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're trying to indoctrinate you and they close the door and they won't let you go pee.
Right.
Like, no, just walk out. And if somebody tries to stop you, you punch them in the face as hard as you can until they break and then you leave. I don't understand it. I don't understand that like social control thing.
That's what
maybe I'm immune to it.
Well, that was called clear through the church and Scientology.
Well, no, I'm talking about when they first try to indoctrinate new members. Like, they put you in an auditorium and you're watching movies, and then if you're like, "Hey, man, this isn't for me, I'm going to go." No, you have to wait until the end of the movie.
No.
Excuse me, no, I don't. I'm going to leave now.
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen next. I'm going to leave. What you get to decide is whether or not we're in the news tomorrow. How's that sit, motherfucker? But people will just like sit back down. Like, oh, okay, I didn't know. Like, what the fuck?
They see how committed you are, and see if they could stop you.
It's fucking crazy, man. I don't understand that level of social control. Like,
it's a commitment thing.
Yeah.
If you're committed to an idea and you step in front of you, and the guy says, "I'm going to stop you," well, take your best shot, baby.
Yeah, like if you're gonna stop me from walking out of this room, you're gonna physically stop me.
Right.
And if the door's locked, the door has to physically stop me. I'm going to try to break the door. I mean, that's just what's gonna happen.
The guy opened the door for me.
Dude, that's awesome. I love it.
He realized I told him the truth, and he seen the truth about me, and he had some same experiences. He opened up. Have a nice day.
I fucking love it, dude. I think that's a great story to end the podcast on. That's phenomenal. Congratulations. Yeah. And congratulations for having the courage and the wherewithal to just realize, like, no, I don't have to listen to you. Fuck you. I'm not a child. I'm walking out. I don't want to be here anymore.
Right. I'm not playing your game no more.
Yeah. Fuck that.
It's over with.
Unbelievable. Well, human beings, I tried to do a media blackout, but a little bit of it seemed to peek through the noise that I saturate my brain meats with when I'm percolating new ideas. So seems like since I blacked out, you guys are still doing a great job on the right and the left of pushing us toward the dystopian future that everybody fears. Good job, guys. Go get them. Thank you very much for watching the New World Order broadcast. And just remember, we're watching you too.
Someone is watching. There are strangers.